The film begins with a company that specializes in drilling deep into the ground in search of oil. As usual, the workers are busy digging further and further below the surface. But this time, something unexpected happens. Deep inside the well, they detect signs of life. Something is actually living beneath the ground. This discovery shocks all the geologists present there. Despite the danger, the head geologist refuses to stop the operation. He insists that they must continue drilling to find out what exactly is hidden down there. As they dig deeper, the underground water system gets disturbed. The hydrostatic pressure rises dangerously, and suddenly the entire system collapses. In that chaos, 3 mysterious creatures emerge from beneath the ground. Seeing this, the company boss becomes extremely worried. He realizes that if this information gets out, the company could be shut down and they might face serious legal consequences. Panic spreads among them as they question what they have uncovered. The geologist then suggests that if they understand what these creatures feed on, they might be able to track them down. The boss immediately orders that everything must be handled in complete secrecy, and no one outside should find out about this incident. The scene then shifts to a boy named Trip, who is a high school student. He lives with his mother and stepfather and spends his free time working at a scrapyard. Old vehicles are brought there regularly, and Trip enjoys working around them. One day, a damaged truck arrives at the scrapyard. When Trip asks about it, the owner tells him that it came from the same drilling site where a major accident had occurred. He casually tells Trip that the truck is now his to use, as he doesn't understand it anymore. That night, when Trip is alone at the scrapyard, he looks at the truck and begins imagining what he could turn it into. While doing so, he hears a news report about the massive explosion that took place earlier that day at the drilling site. The report describes how dangerous and destructive the blast was. As he continues inspecting the truck, Trip notices something strange, a hole in the vehicle that shouldn't be there. The next moment, while trying to start an engine, he hears a mysterious sound. Curious, he moves closer to investigate, but whatever is making the sound quickly hides from him, slipping behind a stack of oil drums. Trip throws a tool toward the drums, knocking them over, and immediately runs toward a storage room to hide. But the creature follows him there. Terrified, Trip runs out and locks the door behind him, confused and frightened about what he just saw and why it is chasing him. Soon, the police arrive at the scrapyard. They open the locked room but find nothing inside. Trip tries to explain that it was a huge creature that emptied all the oil drums and was hiding there. He insists that he is telling the truth, but the officers don't believe him and eventually leave. The next day, Trip shares everything with his classmate Meredith, who has a strong interest in biology. She explains that thousands of new species are discovered every day, which means there could still be many unknown creatures in the world. Her words make Trip think that what he saw might actually be real. Later, Trip decides to test his theory. He spreads oil around the scrapyard, hoping it will attract the creature. As expected, the creature appears. It has long, tentacle-like limbs and begins drinking the oil from the drums. This confirms Trip's guess that the creature feeds on oil. Amazed by this discovery, Trip tries to communicate with it. Instead of being afraid, he offers it more oil, slowly trying to gain its trust. Meanwhile, employees from the drilling company arrive at the scrapyard. They casually question Trip, asking if anything unusual happened the previous night, but it is clear that they already know a dangerous creature is on the loose. At that moment, the massive creature quietly hides inside Trip's truck, trying to avoid being seen by them. Just then, Meredith also arrives at the scrapyard. Trip quickly tries to distract her and prevent her from discovering the truth. He struggles to explain the situation, but Meredith, already in a hurry, tells him to drop her home immediately as she doesn't have time for his confusion. At the same time, the company employees hear a strange sound coming from the truck and begin moving closer to inspect it. Before they can discover anything, Trip pushes Meredith into the truck, and suddenly, the creature takes control and drives the vehicle out of the scrapyard at high speed. They manage to escape safely and head straight to Meredith's house. There, Trip begins modifying the truck, creating a special space where the creature can fit comfortably. As he studies it, Trip realizes something incredible. The creature is not only intelligent, but also capable of powering the truck like an engine. Excited by this discovery, they decide to test it. As soon as they start driving, the creature accelerates the truck at an unbelievable speed, confirming that their theory is correct. Trip begins feeding the creature gasoline, which works similarly to oil and fuels its energy. However, this leads to a few dangerous moments, as the creature's power becomes difficult to control. At the same time, the company geologist continues his research and confirms that these creatures survive by consuming oil, making them dependent on such resources. Later, Trip meets his father and shows him where he has been staying. During their conversation, they discuss the accident at the drilling site. His father admits that he is not completely sure what caused the explosion, but there is a strong possibility that the creatures were responsible. It could also have been the gasoline involved in the process. When Trip steps outside, he is shocked to see company employees near his truck. It turns out that his father had informed the company that one of the creatures might be with Trip. The employees quickly realize that the creature is inside the truck. In response, the creature immediately starts the engine and speeds away with Trip and Meredith inside. The chase begins as the company team tries to catch them, but the creature drives the truck with incredible agility. It races across rooftops, performs massive jumps, and creates chaos everywhere. At one point, the truck even leaps onto a moving train, allowing them to escape completely from the pursuing team. Eventually, they reach a cabin near the beach that belongs to Meredith's father. It was once used for hunting. They decide to stay there for the night. The creature, seeing water for the first time, becomes excited and starts playing happily, splashing around like a child. Seeing this, Trip promises the creature that he will help it return to its home. Meanwhile, the company scientist continues studying the other two creatures that were captured earlier. Through his research, he realizes that these creatures are not just animals, but highly intelligent beings with emotions. However, the company boss has a different plan. He orders that contaminated water will be sent to another city, and the captured creatures will be transported along with it and thrown into a deep well to eliminate them. The scientist strongly disagrees, arguing that the creatures have feelings and killing them would be wrong. Back at the cabin, the creature suddenly senses something and starts chasing a truck. That truck is carrying its parents. Trip and Meredith follow it and eventually reach the company facility, realizing that the creature's family is being held there. Soon, the company team arrives and captures the creature as well. Trip and Meredith are taken to the boss, who warns them to forget everything about the creatures and stay away from this matter. As they are leaving, the scientist secretly approaches them. He admits that he cannot stand by and watch these creatures be destroyed. He tells them that if they want to save them, they will need fast trucks to pull off the rescue. Trip decides that he cannot let the creatures die and makes up his mind to rescue them. For this mission, he needs fast and powerful trucks. Suddenly, he remembers the vehicles at his scrapyard. He goes back, talks to his boss, and this time, his boss fully supports him. Together, they arrange 2 additional trucks, and Trip modifies them so that the creatures can travel safely inside. Soon, the creatures' parents are brought and carefully loaded into the trucks. Just then, the scientist also arrives, driving another truck, ready to help them. The moment the creature reunites with its parents is emotional, and all 3 hide inside the trucks as they prepare to escape. The 3 trucks speed away, but the company's vehicles quickly begin chasing them. The chase moves into an open field, and then toward the mountains, where the terrain becomes more dangerous. During the pursuit, one of the company trucks crashes into Trip's vehicle, pushing it dangerously toward a ditch. Trip is left hanging from the door, moments away from falling, but the creature saves him just in time. As they continue their escape, Trip realizes something critical. One of the trucks carries a deadly poison that the company plans to release into the underground holes, which would kill the creatures permanently. Knowing this, Trip and his team decide they must stop that truck at any cost. The situation becomes even more intense when fire blocks their path, making it impossible to move forward. At that crucial moment, Trip's stepfather arrives in a powerful truck to help them. With his support, they manage to push through the obstacles and continue their journey across the mountains. Finally, Trip succeeds in destroying the poison truck, ensuring that the toxic substance never reaches the creature's home. Meanwhile, they reach the original accident site, where everything had started. The scientist quickly moves to stop the machine that caused all this destruction. As the creature's parents begin heading back toward their underground home, danger strikes again. Trip's truck loses control and falls over the edge into the deep well. Trip is thrown into the pit, but once again, the creature risks its life to save him. It pulls him out and leaves him safely on the ground. In the end, the creature and its parents return to their home, silently expressing their gratitude to Trip for saving their lives. At the same time, the truth about the company is finally exposed. The world learns about their illegal actions and the destruction they caused. As a result, the corrupt company boss is arrested. Later, Trip and his stepfather begin building a new engine together. Since Trip has always loved working with machines, he finally gets the chance to follow his passion. In the final moments, we see that Trip and Meredith have grown closer and become good friends. The movie ends on a happy note. The creatures are safe, justice is served, and Trip moves forward in life, doing what he truly loves.